Okay, Taurus, it's time for you. Time for your weekly reading. So I'm going to do a Celtic Cross reading, which is a very normal type of typical spread for doing a reading. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't typically love it because it has structure, and I hate structure. But you guys are a little bit earthier than I am, so you might like a little structure. I know my one daughter, she's not Taurus, she's Libra, but she will almost only accept a Celtic Cross reading because she likes the structure, although she hates the card that means hopes and fears. She doesn't think that card is definite enough. She says anything could be a hope or fear. It's meaningless. You know, she wants concrete things like, this is your future. And she even says to me things like, okay, well, can't you just make something up instead of giving me options? I'm like, no, I don't really just make things up. If I have a strong feeling about something, sure, but I'm not going to just make something up because it's boring or, you know, indefinite, whatever the case may be. So, anyway, I'm hoping you guys are all doing well. I hope everything's good for you. If you have any questions for me, feel free to send them to me. And I welcome your comments and criticisms. There is contact information below if you want to get hold of me for any purpose whatsoever. So anyway, let's get to it. Hopefully this is going to be an awesome reading. It is definitely nice and springy where I am. I hope it's also nice and springy where you are. I always lay these out differently. You're not really supposed to. The numbers are supposed to be the numbers, but whatever. I don't function that way. I've been doing this spread since I was a kid, and I guess I didn't do it in proper order then, and as an adult I don't do anything properly or following form either, so now that the cards are where they are, they mean the thing they mean. How's that? Okay, so this card is what's going to represent you. Oh, that's a nice card for Taurus because you're earthy people, and it is a card that represents earthy pursuits, although it's funny because pentacles, which often represent money, don't seem like they would be earthy. Earthy seems like it would be, more hippie-ish and without money, but that's not really how it works because earthy people like tangible things. So this card can be a card of charity. Maybe you're a charitable person. Maybe you're in a financial position where you are able to give charity, or that's what you aspire to be. So this is the card that's currently representing you. And this is what crosses you. Obstacles. Okay, so we've got this fellow who, he's concentrating on these cups, looking a little bit bored. And he knows what he's got. His ducks are in a row, so to speak. But here's something, some opportunity or something hanging there, sort of in front of him, and he's not paying a bit of attention to it. So sometimes this card is a reminder to pay good attention to something that avails itself to you, because there might be a nice opportunity there, or a friendship, or a job, or, all those things are opportunities, but something new for you that could be very, very good. And I know that doesn't sound like much of an obstacle, but maybe the obstacle is in paying attention. Maybe you're not expecting this. Maybe, things have been kind of mundane for a while and you're not expecting something to, be right in front of your face like that. So pay attention because you might have something great that's going to happen. This is what's above you. Your attitudes. Actually, not your attitudes. What am I saying? So, your influences. What's above you? What's going on that you pay attention to that can be an influence. Now this is a great Taurus card because it's a card of security. I shouldn't say it's a Taurus card. It's a card that is good for Taurus. Anything with pentacles, you guys are good at saving, making money, creating a nice home, having security, often doing things that promote good health. So this woman is obviously a very happy person. Maybe you have somebody like this who's been in your life, who's been an influencer to you, somebody who is happy, secure, calm. There's serenity here. She's kind of one with nature. There's growing stuff behind her, and she's got a bird on her hand. She's financially well-to-do and, just fine, just the way she is, whole and complete in her little world. So maybe that's what you aspire to be like, which is a perfectly reasonable pursuit. Or maybe you know somebody like that who has influenced the way you think or the way you do some things. Sometimes it's somebody who's taught you to cook wonderful things, or how to decorate your home, or how to, keep your finances on track. Maybe it's your mom or an aunt or somebody like that, or an uncle, or, somebody in your life. This is what's below you. What's going on in your subconscious? Ooh, justice. Maybe you think that you need justice for something. Maybe you have a court matter that's pending this week. This is I don't know if I mentioned this, but this reading is for the 15th to the 21st of April, 2021. So, do you have anything on your mind that's court related? Do you have anything in the works? Even sometimes we have a court case or something that's on the back burner. It's something, minor that's just sitting there. Sometimes it's something very, very major. So, you think you need justice for something, or maybe justice is pending for you for something. Often when you have a court matter and this card comes up, you are going to get it in your favor, which is always a very nice thing to have. What's behind you? The Knight of Cups. Ooh, he's passionate, this guy. The Knight of Cups, the most passionate knight there is. Well, boy, the Knight of Swords is pretty passionate too, but this guy's passionate in a different way. This guy's charming. There's something about him. He's really lovable. He loves generously. He's complimentary. He's often very well spoken. You can feel the passion oozing from this guy. He's brave and strong like the other knights, not quite as quick to rush in necessarily, but even the horse looks playful. He's got a playful energy. So if you knew anybody in your past like that, it might represent him. Or if you have any of those aspects of yourself, which maybe came from childhood, maybe it was your father when you were a kid, or somebody else that you knew. In tarot, male and female does not have to be necessarily male and female. It often is, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, we all have those parts of ourselves which are the other. So, it can also be somebody of the opposite sex that you might not connect with automatically, but later on you go, oh yeah, that might have been so-and-so. And this is as we move into the future, more pentacles. Boy, I have a feeling, Taurus, somebody's going to have a little bit of money and security here. Wow. With passion in life, which is also very, very important. So the Ten of Pentacles, this card's all about family and security and having people around you and having financial stability. And again, with the security, good health, long life, can sometimes mean a card of inheritance, but often means what I just said, especially when we're doing a weekly reading. It's a card of, having all of this, having this, having this. The 9 and 10 of Pentacles, a really nice combination, because it's so representative of so many good things. Oh, and the Knight of Swords, I just mentioned him. Now talk about passion. So this is in the position of your attitude. So if your attitude is like this guy, you are one determined creature, is all I can say. Because the level of determination the Knight of Swords has is just, beyond belief. He is, excuse me, on a quest. He is on a serious quest. He is rushing in. Nothing is going to stop this dude. So if this has to do with your attitude is you're getting what you want. You will make it happen. Nothing is going to stand in your way. This is an intellectual pursuit. It is a possibly physical pursuit, but whatever it is, you're going after it. You are not going to be stopped. So I love this card for that. Sometimes it's a warning not to rush in too fast. But Taurus, you guys are pretty methodical typically and pretty well thought out. So I'm really not worried about you being too impulsive. I think you're going to go after something that's really important here, and that's the only reason you would rush in like that. This represents your environment, your home. My favorite card in the deck, the Six of Cups. A card that represents sweet, beautiful childhood relationships. It can represent nostalgia. It can represent just the most positive, sweet, happy relationship. Maybe it represents somebody from childhood who's in your life, who you get to see often. Maybe it's your own children and that sweet, happy feeling you get being with them. But it's a beautiful card, and if your relationship has any of this feeling around it, or pardon me, your environment, you're going to be one happy person. And this one is the one my daughter complains about, hopes and fears, because she doesn't think it's definite. Okay, decision making. Maybe your hopes and fears are, or pardon me, not hopes. Maybe you fear indecision, having two different things you could do. Maybe you have this perfect happy home and family, and you'd kind of like to go out and go back to school, or even, start up something new, a business, or out to work or do something, and you're really thinking about this. Maybe that's something you're afraid of, worried about the outcome, worried about making the wrong choice. So that is something to look at. Take off that blindfold and really look at it clearly, because you can, and you can make this decision if there's a decision to be made. Maybe you just fear having indecision, or having made the choice you've already had, not taking another path that could have been great for you also. That's always a consideration. Sometimes we can't always do everything and do it fantastically. That is something to remember. I know, now people often think that if they don't try to do everything, they would rather kind of do that and do a half-assed job at those things. I don't know if that's the best situation. I mean, it depends on you. We're all different. We all have different goals, and we all are different in the level of achievement we want to reach in things. So think about it and see what you come up with. It's not a bad card. It's a card where, a lot of thought goes in. Maybe you're worried, maybe you're concerned, but with everything going on here, this is not going to be a big deal for you. You're a strong person. You are a determined person. And this is your outcome. Ooh. Okay, this is very, very good. Temperance is telling you to walk the middle line here about something. Sometimes temperance can remind us not to drink too much, smoke too much, party too much, eat too much, shop too much, obsess about anything. This card comes up for people who are super OCD. The card comes up for people who are perfectionists in any way. I get it sometimes for those reasons, and probably for others. But yeah, it's just something to look at. If you are super vocal in your things that you say, like I can be like that, and sometimes I think I get temperance to say tone it down. You don't have to be so crazy about everything. There's a time and a place. Let's be honest. So, the Ace of Cups. A beautiful, beautiful card about the beginning of something you are passionate about. Something you're really passionate about. It could be a person. It could be a place you want to go see someday. It could be something you want to put into action. It could be your passion and love for your children or for your friends. But it's something that's at the beginning, and you will take this farther. That cup will overflow, and you will do something. If it's you love to read, you will embark on a course of reading every book that you ever wanted to read. If it's you love writing, you're going to write a novel maybe. Whatever it is, you're going to take it to the limit, which is fabulous. I love this card. This card makes me happy. This card makes me really happy. This card makes me happy. Lots of these cards make me happy. Even this card makes me happy. And then this card makes me really happy and when I see these two cards together, I think something's going to come in fast and furious. It could be anything, but we sometimes call this card the Arrows of Love. And being that it's next to this cup overflowing with passion, I can only suggest that you are going to have a really amazing love relationship very, very soon. Very, very soon. Something is rushing in. Something you're passionate about. Could be a person. Could definitely be a person. So Taurus, this is your reading this week. I hope you love it. Please feel free to let me know your questions or anything you want to tell me. And you have a great week ahead, and I'll talk to you soon.